Hello, I'm Laura. It's Tuesday, January 13th, 2026, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is keeping the faith. And today we are keeping the faith in the power of the people when that power is sourced by love. Since the killing of Renee Nicole Good a few days ago by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, there has been a lot of uprising. More than 1,000 protests have taken place across the United States. And Minneapolis and St. Paul and the state of Minnesota are now suing the Department of Homeland Security to put a cessation to the overreactive violent activity of ICE in our cities. But the uprising I really want to focus on today is the rising up of love. Several poets have written poems since Renee Nicole Good was killed in her honor, calling us to a greater sense of our own humanity, a greater compassion, a sense of love and respect for each other. Not the least of these poets has been Amanda Gorman, the young poet laureate who shared her poetry at the inauguration of Barack Obama some years ago. She wrote a poem simply called For Renee Nicole Good. Now, I can't quote that poem because of copyright issues, but I can tell you that in that poem, she encourages change that is done through responding to anger with love and with the better angels of our own nature. And Renee Nicole Good herself was an award-winning poet who once wrote a poem called On Learning to Dissect Fetal Pigs, in which she was longing for the wonder and mystery of life after it had been objectified through a dissection process, because she advocated for that wonder and that mystery and that love. So we can advocate for love now. We can see such tragic events as a greater call to the love within us, to the respect we have in valuing other human beings, and to how we can come together with others to make love a greater reality in our world. Let's start to do that right now. Let's start to hear the call of love in our own hearts in a moment of contemplative silence. I had a teacher once who said, silence is pure power. And our silence in these videos awakens the pure power of whatever we are focused on. And today our focus is on the power of the people through love. So let's take a deep breath and hold this idea in our hearts. I have faith in the power of the people to overcome violence with peace and hatred with compassion, for the source of this power is infinite love. I have faith in the power of the people to overcome violence with peace and hatred with compassion, for the source of this power is infinite love. And so it is. Jesus taught us to respond to difficulties in life, to anger and hatred from others, with love and forgiveness. When we come together in love, it is a powerful energy and force in our world that cannot be overcome by hatred or fear or anger. Rather, it can overcome these things with compassion and respect and a greater stand for the humanity that we all share. So thank you for being with me today to touch on our own humanity, to come together and to make a loving difference in our world. Have a wonderful day.